If you want to have the best night's sleep of your life, this is going to be the video for you. I'm adding a disclaimer in the beginning here. If you have a partner, tell them that nookie will not occur tonight. I would recommend putting plastic sheets over your pillows. You are going to drool. You also shouldn't operate any heavy machinery, no light machinery. In fact, don't operate anything at all. So about 4 years ago, I came up with the Magnesium Protocol. This was at a time when it was quite popular to use magnesium to improve your sleep. I saw that people were doing it, but there was one fundamental problem with the way that people were using magnesium. Now, when I first started doing this, it was simply because I wanted to use magnesium better. I wanted to do it in a healthy manner. But what I didn't expect is that the general sleep improvements you normally get from magnesium, by doing the rest of this protocol, you literally 10x the improvements in sleep. So I wrote a blog post about it and I told people about the Magnesium Protocol that I was doing. And then the comments started coming in. People were saying, best night's sleep of my life. The reason I made that joke about nookie in the beginning is literally because someone told me that by doing this protocol, they had to let their partner know tonight there would be no funny business. So what most people do with magnesium is they will either take a tablet, and if they know what they're looking for, they will use magnesium L-threonate. This crosses the blood-brain barrier, so it is a better form. Or they will be doing a magnesium bath. Now there's one problem with both of these methods, and that is that magnesium is hydrophilic. Now what does hydrophilic mean? It means that magnesium is water loving. So when you supplement with magnesium, it will draw in a lot of water. So in your cells, it can literally dehydrate them. This is the exact problem that I wanted to fix. I wanted to make sure that if I use magnesium, at the same time, I'm not drying out my tissues. Now I wish that I only was going to tell you to drink more water when you use magnesium, but it's a bit more complicated than that, and there are more effective ways to actually get water into your cells. So the Magnesium Protocol is a 4-step protocol. I recommend starting this about an hour before you plan on going to bed. And the first step, let's get this one out the way, is to drink a glass of water. Now you want to make sure that it is a high quality form of water. Depending on where in the world you are, tap water can vary in quality, but I would recommend doing at least a glass or two of spring water if it is available to you. The second step is to take a magnesium bath. Now what most people use when they're doing magnesium baths is Epsom salts, also known as magnesium sulfate. This can be made in a lab, which means it could be a good or a bad thing. But the problem with this form of magnesium is it doesn't absorb very well. So it actually doesn't get into your cells as well, and it can also cause digestive issues. So you want to look for a form of magnesium called magnesium chloride. This has the common name of magnesium flakes. And the brand that I trust and always use for my magnesium baths is Better You. If you don't have a bath available, you can take a warm shower and then spray the magnesium on afterwards. So you can make a solution into a spray bottle with the magnesium flakes. But as a first choice, if you can, the magnesium bath is the best way to get it into your body. Now this is where the magic starts to happen. So step 3 and 4 are going to combine a lot of different things that are going to help you to get deeper sleep. The first thing we're going to be doing is reducing your core body temperature. Now, when your core body temperature drops, it is a very strong signal for your body that it is time to sleep. Now, what we're going to be doing is utilizing the increase in body temperature from step 2. So you've just taken a warm bath. And what this does is it brings the blood from the core out to the outer tissues. And this gives you an opportunity to cool that blood and then allow it to return to the core an hour or two later. So after your magnesium bath, you're going to try and keep as minimal clothes on as possible and just allow the outside air to cool down the blood that's at the surface, which will then return to your core. Now, step number 4 is where the magic happens. You don't have to just sit without your clothes on and do absolutely nothing. We might as well utilize this time to throw in red light therapy. Now, red light therapy, we know it increases energy production in your cells, and we know it can increase melatonin, your sleep hormone. But a very cool benefit that comes with red light therapy is an increase in metabolic water. So when red and infrared light hits your cells, they make more energy. Most people know this, but what most people don't know is a byproduct of this process is metabolic water. If you think about what plants are doing, they're taking sunlight and carbon dioxide and water, and they're making food or carbohydrates. As humans, we reverse this process. So we take our food sources and we break them down into energy, and we release the same type of water. Now, this is very different to the type of water that you would be drinking for 2 reasons. One, it's made within your cells. Your cells literally have the water made right there, readily available, which means they can then use magnesium better. And the second thing is that the form of water is known as deuterium depleted water. Now, I won't get too much into the science here. I did a really old video where I spoke about deuterium depleted water. I'll link to it up here. But basically, it is the highest quality form of water that your cells can use. So I just want to summarize the magic that is happening within this protocol. So you're using magnesium. We know that this helps to improve sleep quality. And at the same time, we're doing a core body temperature drop. You're taking a warm magnesium bath, you're getting out and allowing the outside air to cool your body. And then you're adding in red light therapy, which is adding more water into the process, and it's helping you to make more melatonin. Now, before you go and get yourself a red light therapy device so you can get started with this protocol, you do need to know that there's a lot of fake devices out there that don't match up to the clinical standards. So I've done a video over here where I cover the 5 things that you must check for when looking for a red light therapy device. So make sure you go and watch that so that you don't waste your money on the wrong product.